Hello everybody, Sunday Adelaja here. I want to talk to you today about this topic that you all know very well. I'm sure all of you have heard this statement one time or the other. It says, Fulani Herdsmen don't carry guns, they only carry sticks. Really? Well, this statement was made by the head of Miyeti Allah Fulani Social Cultural Organization, Mr. Bello Abdullahi Bodeji, I think his name is Bodeji. And he's the one that claims, and he said this all the time, right? That Fulani Herdsmen don't carry weapons, they don't carry arms, they don't carry guns, they only carry sticks. But the most important, what makes this phrase famous is our president, my president. President Muhammadu Buhari. Now, you know, when I did one of my last videos on President Buhari, how he should respond to President Obasanjo's letter, some people said, oh, Pastor Sunday is just speaking with two mouths. He used to support Buhari and now he's against Buhari. No, I'm not against Buhari. I'm still a staunch supporter of Buhari, but the truth must be told. So this statement became popular when Muhammadu Buhari, our president, went to America and had a meeting with Mr. Trump. And at that meeting, he made the same statement that the herdsmen don't carry guns or weapons or arms, they only carry sticks. Well, I believe him. I believe him. But the only problem is the reality we are facing in Nigeria. When I look right now into social media and internet, I've seen many, I'm sure many of you have seen this picture of herdsmen or supposedly herdsmen, people who pretend to be herdsmen, carrying guns, carrying AK-47, Kalashnikov. They carry it, and with cows and cattle all around them. So who are these people carrying guns? So let's even assume, let's believe the president, let's believe the Miyeti Allah, that these people are not herdsmen. Herdsmen only carry stick. So what does that mean? What that tells me is we have to learn again from Obasanjo. I'm sorry, I've got to use the Obasanjo example again. Because if these people are criminals, if they are bandits, then we've got to resolve to Obasanjo's solution. And what is Obasanjo's solution? Obasanjo, when he wanted to end banditry during his own regime, he ordered the police to shoot at sight at anybody that's causing havoc in the society, that is causing problems. So if President Buhari, if you know and you are sure that these people that are carrying AK-47 are not herdsmen, then what are you afraid of? You shouldn't be afraid of about anything. Give the order to the military and give the order to the police to shoot at sight. We already had that kind of example before in the situation with Obasanjo, and he was doing this he was not saying they should just shoot some bandits. He was actually specifically speaking about OPC. OPC was a Yoruba group, militarized group of Yoruba men that were trying to, be a paramilitary organization in the Southwest. And Obasanjo himself, we know he's from Southwest, he's a Yoruba man. Being a Yoruba man, he ordered that these Yoruba people should be shot at sight. And he's not saying shoot them maybe if they go and cause havoc in the north or in Abuja or in the east. No, he is telling the police and the military to shoot them at sight right there in Yoruba land. In Lagos, that they should be shot anywhere where they are causing havoc. So, because they were going against the law and they were causing trouble. This is how that problem of banditry was resolved during Obasanjo's regime. So now, you too, Mr. President, you represent, you are the Fulani tribe, and you are coming from, you are coming from the tribe where people are accusing these days that are causing the havoc. Why don't you give the same kind of command and tell the whole nation, let people see your seriousness and commitment, that since these people are not real herdsmen, now these people who are carrying guns should be bandits. Let's deal with them the way bandits were dealt with in this same country. Now, believe me, I am not in favor of this kind of, shoot at sight, extrajudicial kind of, actions. But at least the statement itself could curb the boldness of these, bandits that are carrying guns. When they know that the order is given, and when the whole nation hears that the government is not going to tolerate this, and that the order is out there, if that anybody could even catch them, and when they know that there is a danger waiting for them like that, banditry will fall automatically, just like it did during the time of Obasanjo. Now, but why is it? The problem with people like me and many other people in the country is, why is it that the president is not being as ruthless as it used to be? Even during this last election, this year, President Muhammad Buhari said the military should be ruthless against people who snatch ballot boxes. So if you could say they should shoot at sight, or they should shoot people who snatch ballot boxes, why can't you say the same thing in regards to the bandits that are hiding under the name of Fulani Herdsmen? If they are not really Fulani Herdsmen, you don't need to be concerned about any counterattack from your people. You just need to let them know that we are dealing with bandits, and the bandits are spoiling their name. Bandit is spoiling the name of Miyetti Allah. Bandits are spoiling the names of Miyetti Allah. Bandits are spoiling the name of Fulani people, that we should just deal with these once and for all. Mr. Buhari, President Buhari, my president, again, I'm appealing to your integrity, and I'm appealing to your honesty. Where is Buhari that we used to know in the 80s? Where is the Buhari that, because I was alive in the 80s, right? And I was in Nigeria too. I was a young teenager growing up in secondary school when you started the war against corruption. And when you started this war against corruption, as you were only there for 20 months. And 20 months were enough for you to jail 500 politicians and officials, even businessmen. They were all jailed for corruption because they mismanaged their stewardship. What has happened to that, Buhari? Is it just because you are no more military? Do you need to be a military man to uphold integrity? Do you need to be a military man to be tough on crime and on corruption? Why now you have the National Assembly, majority are your people. The Speaker of the Senate is your party person. The House of Representatives is your party person. Tell them to pass the bills. Some people are saying, no, we cannot be jailing people like that anymore. Go to America. Some people, they jail them for 100 years, 200 years, 400 years. Go to Singapore. Those kind of punishments are there in Singapore all the time. So, what is happening right now is that, what is happening right now is that there is lack of action from the side of the president. So we need a president that will come back to who he used to be, that will come back to, the president that the Nigerian people voted for. The reason why I supported President Buhari is because I remember those days when he was a disciplinarian, when his government with his assistant Tunde Idiagbon, when they were serious about changing the landscape of Nigeria. I mean, detainees, all these people, they detain people all over. The detainees were not released until they returned the money that they owed the government. And, they had to, carry out the conditions before they could be released from jail. This is the kind of Buhari that we voted for. And this is the kind of Buhari that we are looking for right now. When I was growing up, I knew that corruption was bad because of this kind of heroic acts that the government of Buhari did that time. I mean, we all remember as schoolboys, we all remember that you should never steal, especially because of the example of Umaru Diko. Umaru Diko, a former minister of transportation under the civilian Chagari government, left the country after stealing about $1 billion in oil money. And your government, the government of Buhari and Idi Agbon, you knew what to do. You got the secret agents, with some Mossad agents, Nigerian operatives. I mean, Nigerian operatives were, they were active. You were able to track him down and place him in a plastic bag, and hide him in a crate in the airport. Jesus for the youth, for the people who don't know. This man was not just a toothless, dog or president. He was an active president. His government was, we were proud of Nigeria. Everybody respected Nigeria for this kind of, some people think they were draconic, and the elite were the people who were fighting you, who made you to be removed, and who said these things will never work in Nigeria. But if we are going to build a better Nigeria, this is the reason why you are elected, Mr. President. And this is the kind of measures that must be taken for Nigerians to listen and for them to really learn to live without corruption and indiscipline. Because there was another law for the young people who were not around that time. There was a war against indiscipline that was declared by Buhari's regime. And unruly Nigerians were ordered to stand on queues at bus stops and bus stations. And then if they didn't behave, soldiers will come from nowhere and they will begin to either whip them, humiliate them, or make them to do frog jumps. But of course, those are corporal measures, corporal punishments, right? That might not be so civilized for today. But if you go to Singapore, they still do those kind of things today. So maybe it's not those kind of, maybe you will not be whipping people, right, and making them to jump. But something has to be done. There must be penalty. There must be consequences for people's action. And we must enforce our laws. We must enforce values. If we don't enforce values and laws, Nigeria would never come to order. Even minor offenses carried long sentences those days. That is the kind of Nigeria that I remembered. Because I was a 17-year-old student, and we knew that there was a law that if you are caught cheating as a student, if you are caught cheating, that you will go to jail for 21 years. That is how cheating in class was removed forever from my life. Because I didn't want to go to jail for 21 years just for cheating in class. But now, cheating is everywhere. Everybody is cheating. Even parents are helping people to cheat. Because there is no law. Because, even if you did anything counterfeit, there is the original, and you did anything counterfeit, and, it was punishable by death sentence. It is those kind of things that will work in Nigeria. You know the kind of country we have. If there are no real consequences, and it is this kind of thing that pushed the elite to organize the coup that removed Buhari that time. But why that same Buhari is unrecognizable now? Why that same Buhari is so docile? Why that same Buhari is non-active, just under the canopy of democracy? Is what is throwing the country into chaos. The price of your docility is the chaos that the country is in now. The country has been hijacked under your watch by bandits just because you want to be a Democrat. Hey, we need a commander-in-chief that will bring order, that will bring virtue, that will make our people a virtuous people again. I remember when I was growing up, everybody knew what they call Decree 20. Decree number 20 was everywhere. And it made it illegal for you to do bunkering. Go to Niger Delta now. Go to South. Bunkering is everywhere. But during that time, bunkering, drug trafficking, was a tough. It was a tough decree against those kind of people. Nobody dare do it, because that Decree 20 will make people that are involved in any kind of trafficking or bunkering to face long jail terms. So this approach to crime is what we want President Buhari to introduce again. Because any person who did anything unlawful in that times, even if you are going to be selling drugs, or you are smoking drugs, or you inhale drugs, or cocaine, or you carry cocaine, anything you do, decree number 20, it was enough for you to be sentenced to death penalty. Just because you are selling, or you are smoking, or you are inhaling, or you are carrying drugs, or you are pushing drugs, or anything similar, it was enough for you to face firing squad. So that is the kind of person, that's the kind of president we want now. We want President Buhari back. Please, we want that president that we used to know. Some people will condemn me, of course, and say, you are calling for dictatorship. No, I'm not. Maybe you are going to modify it. Maybe you are going to do it a bit different from the way it was. But we are talking about the fact that laws must be made to work. Nigerian laws must be, we live in Europe. You cannot live in Europe if you not go by the laws, if you not obey the laws. You cannot live in America if you not obey the laws. In the case of, there was this popular story that time, for people who might not remember, who don't know, who are not born that time. There was this story of Mr. Ogedengbe or something, Bernard Ogedengbe, who carried drugs before that decree was, decree number 20 was actually, enacted. So this guy was already in prison, was already caught. He was supposed to be in prison because those days before Buhari came, drug pushing was only punishable by 6 months in jail. So people were just carrying it and they would go to 6 months and come out. But this regime was so tough that despite the fact that he had carried the thing and he was already arrested before the law, they executed him. And other people were carrying drugs too. So everybody was afraid of carrying drugs after that. So what am I saying? We need a society where law works. Because that's why I respect what President Obasanjo did. So I'm going to show the video. In fact, I want us to show a video right now of how President Obasanjo, did what he did. When he confronted his own people, the Yoruba people, the OPC, and said, shoot at sight, shoot them. Or any bandit, anybody that's causing havoc, shoot them if they will not abide by the law of the land. That is the kind of example that we need President Buhari to follow. Let's have the video of how Obasanjo did this.
Police have acted according to the instruction they have been given that any criminal should be shot at sight. But now they have even got additional instruction. Anybody who calls himself OPC should be arrested, or if he doesn't give himself to arrest, he should be shot at sight. We cannot allow this country to be taken over by hoodlums and criminals.
You heard Obasanjo talking. He was very firm. We need this kind of man. He was a president. He was not a military man at this time. He was a civilian president. And nothing happened. But what happened was, that OPC disappeared very fast. Crime also went down. Banditry also was drastically reduced. So please, APC, Mr. President, will you wake up? Let somebody help us wake up our president. And let him go back to his old self that we used to know. If the herdsmen don't carry guns and they don't carry arms, they are not carrying AK-47, give some order to your people to deal ruthlessly with those people who are hiding under Fulani Herdsmen and are carrying these guns, discrediting your race, your people, your tribe, and destroying thousands of lives all across the nation. Please, President Buhari, please act now for the love of God, church, and nation. Peace.